Man. This man knows flavor. I'm just going to put it right there. Hey friends, Greg Hudson here, host of ABR. I want to welcome you to St. John's, Michigan, at a restaurant that's been around since about 1960, but it stayed in the family. And now Ryan is taking traditional classics, putting a modern spin on it, and getting ready to hand the restaurant over to his son. So come on in, let's grab a bite at Ryan's Roadhouse. What's up, brother?
How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. Good
Appreciate
to see
you guys coming, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. But so first of all, big sports guy right here. I walk in and I'm seeing like signed jerseys everywhere. This is really cool.
Yeah, we have probably tried to make this a family-oriented sports bar. It's you can bring your family. You check out the sports memorabilia. I've been a big collector my whole life.
Wow. Okay.
Just got a lot of cool things here.
I like that family sports bar.
Yeah. You know, if you want to go out, your wife's on you. You can still see the game. You can hang out with your kids. You can get a steak. You can get a Monte Cristo. There's that made for you.
I was going to ask, this smells great.
This is awesome.
Whatever we're doing here.
This thing is one of our best sellers, and we make it in-house. It's
beautiful. I'm going to dig in here.
Try it.
So Monte Cristo. So you got the bread there right inside. Then you got what? Some ham, some cheese.
Ham, turkey, Swiss cheese, American cheese, and this great raspberry sauce you dip it in.
And it's all covered in batter and deep fried.
Deep fried. It's very healthy.
Beautiful powdered sugar on there. I haven't had a Monte Cristo in forever, man.
They're great.
All right, and this sauce you recommend? What type of sauce are we looking at here?
This is just like a raspberry Melba sauce.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful color on that.
Come on now, how good is that?
This is just fun to eat.
It's great, man. It's almost like a sandwich dessert, a dessert sandwich.
It's like a funnel cake sandwich. Gosh, this is awesome. Great.
I'm gonna have a little bit here too.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I reserve to eat these every once in a while.
So this is the kind of stuff we're doing here at Ryan's Roadhouse, huh? Mm-hmm. This is rare. I haven't had one of these, like I said, in a long time. What a fun, like, lunch item. Sweet, savory.
Sweet, savory, everything. You know, there's other sandwiches, but totally like burgers, sandwiches, steaks, ribs. You name it, we got it all. Pizzas.
That sauce with this is perfect. I don't know who paired that up, but man, that's got a nice sweetness to it. Great. And you dip into that savory with the meat and then that cheese. And this just gives a nice burst of sweetness with it.
Oh yeah. We love it. So
what's the theme of the menu then here, man? Like,
so we try to check all the boxes, you know, from pizzas to burritos, steaks. So we hand cut all of our own steaks here.
Really?
So we serve a ton of steaks. You know, Roadhouse, you gotta have steaks.
Yeah.
Ribs. We got a long recipe for our ribs that was from my grandfather back in the 60s, and we've been serving the ribs forever.
Wow. Okay. That's a wide variety. By the way, that is a very wide variety of a menu, from pizzas, you said, all the way up to steaks that you're hand carving in-house.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, I do love the theme of the family sports bar.
Family, I've created a place where I would want to go. You know,
that's the key.
That's the thing. So, and I feel like I'm a big connoisseur of bars, restaurants. I'm always going out, checking out new places. And I feel like we built a place where I would want to come.
You're my kind of guy.
Yeah.
And there's something else there and I've been noticing this a lot lately with restaurants that we visit that are successful and serving great food. And it's the approach of, with your restaurant, when you take the mentality that you mentioned, it's the kind of place that I would want to go to.
Yes.
You know, versus just looking at numbers and spreadsheets, you're thinking, you know, with an emotional IQ of, hey, where would I want to hang out?
Where would I want to hang out? It's at my personal thing is I love atmosphere. Atmosphere.
Me too.
You got to have atmosphere. I got to have buzz. I got to have cool people to hang out with.
Yeah.
And, you know, be able to watch the games and check the box where my wife would want to go and my kids would want to go, you know, and it's all of it.
Makes total sense.
Yes.
And I'm guessing based on this food that I just tried, based on this Monte Cristo, it sounds like you're taking that approach with your food as well.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
so
we take very,
important.
very big pride in good food, good service. So yeah,
Man.
the service is really good here, and the food's awesome.
This is my kind of place, brother.
Well,
this
hey.
is where I'd like to hang out, my man.
That's right.
I'm gonna crush this. Now, you mentioned steaks.
Yep. We got
I can't-
chef's cooking one up for you right now.
I was gonna say, I can't come to a place called Roadhouse and not have a steak,
Well,
brother.
let's go check out the chef back
See
there.
what chef's got going on.
Yeah.
Steak time. Back in the kitchen now with Chef
Burnett.
Chef Jeff. We're gonna throw a steak on here. I was telling Ryan up there, I said, man, I can't come to a place called Roadhouse
Yeah.
and not get a steak. So what are we gonna be doing today? What kind of steak and what's the process?
It's a fresh cut strip loin, seasoned with mesquite, and then it gets topped with a bone marrow butter.
Oh, really? So,
Oh yeah.
So bone marrow, if you've never had it before, has this just sort of very rich, deep flavor.
Oh, yeah.
And mixed with butter on a steak, man, that's gonna be
And
dynamite.
garlic and other seasonings go in the butter, and it gets whipped up into a log,
Oh, beautiful.
and away we go.
Okay, let's go ahead and throw this bad boy on then.
All right. Fresh strip loin, trimmed, hand cut, ready to go.
Oh, look, is that, whoa. Look at that. Is that charcoal under there?
Yep, that's briquettes in there.
Wow. So most charcoal
So
ones I've seen, I've never seen with like real briquettes underneath.
Yeah, that's lava briquettes in there. So it's got a real flavor of like outdoors.
Yeah.
It's
that-
real good.
See, that's going to make a huge difference, I feel like, in the flavor of the steak.
Oh yeah.
And you guys are hand carving these? Did I see that? Is that true?
Yep. Every other day, probably at least hand carving those and sirloins.
Beautiful. So we're going
Beef
to
tips also.
hand
Yep.
carving those too.
Yep.
Oh man, and I'll tell you what, I can really start to smell that charcoal over here cooking on that steak. Man, this is,
And the mesquite seasoning's been sitting on there for a couple days.
yeah, that smells incredible already. And so we got this, we're gonna get this going. Bone marrow butter, as you mentioned, I can't wait to try. And what do you serve this with, Chef?
We're going to serve this with some fresh mashed russets with gravy. And, whatever else they want. We make our own rice. We have baked potatoes, French fries, sweet potato fries. There's all kinds of sides you can
You
get.
can pair your side
Oh,
with whatever
yeah,
you
whatever
like.
you want.
Tell you what, that mash sounds really good.
We have tater tots. We'll make anything you want. Baked with cheese and bacon,
It smells so good, man. So we're gonna get this cooking. We're gonna come back.
Won't be long.
Full plate.
How you like it?
I like mine medium rare.
Medium rare,
Medium
you're my
good for you
kind
guys.
of
All right, medium rare steak with some bone marrow butter coming up.
There you go.
Ready to go. And you heard Chef talk about it, right? Bone marrow butter on top of this thing. And you're not skimping on that bone marrow butter,
no.
Chef. And I think I'm gonna do what you said. You said you kind of spread it around
Oh, yeah.
all over the steak.
Shake it all over. Let it melt in.
Look at this.
And it's rested long enough.
This is just decadent. Oh my goodness.
Delicious.
Are you seeing this?
Fresh mashed, fresh gravy,
Covered.
fresh cut steak,
All right. Where should I start, up here?
wherever you want. See how I did with cooking it. It's supposed to be mid rare.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
right.
I want. That's easy. And you know what? You did that all by feel, too. There were no meat thermometers. That was just Chef.
I touched it once, but I pretty much just looked at it.
Which, again, over charcoal, man. Incredible. All right.
You like it? Delicious, isn't it? We sell a lot of those, don't we, Ryan?
Chef, that's outstanding. That is seasoned so well, too.
Mesquite seasoning.
And the kiss from that grill, or from the charcoal, is just gorgeous. Man. I'm gonna try this mash. You said these are fresh made as
Oh,
well,
yeah.
right? The mash.
Fresh garlic in there, fresh mashed russets. Skin on, because that's the best part for you,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. That, you can definitely taste the garlic. And you know what? I really like this skin in there because it's giving it some texture, a little chew to it.
Real butter in there too, so it gives it some richness.
Oh.
So a little bit more butter for you.
That's what we need.
You might have to go to the doctor when you're done.
You know what I'm noticing here, Chef? What I'm really noticing here is, you know, these are, you're doing the classics, right? Steak and mashed potato, the classics.
Right.
But man, you're putting a modern elevated twist on it though. By cooking it over those charcoal, the beautiful hatch marks, the bone marrow butter, and then making those potatoes from scratch with some texture to them, some garlic. Like, you look at this and it looks like a classic, but this is not your grandfather's steak dinner, man. What you guys are, is that kind of the theme throughout the menu? That you're taking things that people are used to and maybe elevating them a bit? Or is that how you like to cook?
Somewhat. I mean, I cook old school a little bit, but then I got some modern twists too. You know?
I just got a beautiful piece of fat in there. Fat is flavor. It's not bad. Fat is flavor. And
It's
man,
not
that
too fatty,
burst.
it's just fatty.
Right, just enough it just burst a little bit for me. I can't stop eating this thing. Yeah, I can definitely see you cooking the classic, Chef, but man, again,
Nice mid-rare too.
the way you're doing, oh my, look at this thing.
Look at that puddle of butter. Yeah.
I said a
You're
puddle
gonna have
of butter. Puddle of butter is right, glistening. So,
He might have to take a break and get a taste.
maybe. So, speaking of the classics, I'm told you guys do ribs here.
Oh yeah, they're in the oven right now. They're
Really?
steam baking. They bake for 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours in the oven?
Barbecue spice and liquid smoke. Yeah, there's steam baked rib. I don't have a smoker, but it's about the next best thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, if it's anything like this beautiful steak we're having, I think we are in good shape.
Oh yeah, the bone comes right off.
I want a straw for this bone marrow butter. That's what I want.
I'll send you home with some.
Beautiful. All right. Another bite of steak, and then up next, moving on to another classic, the ribs at Ryan's Roadhouse. All right, so opted for the Mahi bowl here. What? And this smells incredible. Again, everything you guys do,
Fresh.
you do with a lot of flavor,
Yeah,
man.
so-
This smells fantastic.
So we like with all of our dishes, we like to be fresh, you know, and then the mahi is fresh. Rice is made homemade, nothing bought in packages and none of
Sure.
that stuff. So yeah,
Fresh
one of our
in-house.
signature dishes right there. 6-ounce piece of mahi served over rice with some pico, and it's good. Try it out.
And I'll tell you what, you know, this is something I could see two people coming and just grabbing a nice lunch with.
Oh, it's
You know,
fresh and it's
just
you know,
delicious.
healthy. Let's go.
Man. This man knows flavor. I'm just gonna put it right there.
Oh, I know.
Dude.
You got to give the kitchen staff credit for it. I mean, we come up with a lot of dishes, but we got a good chef back there that comes up with a lot of stuff.
That is excellent, man.
Yeah.
And that fish, I'm glad you chose that piece of fish, that Mahi, because that's a dense fish. I mean,
yeah.
you're getting your
Good
money's worth on that bad
Good
boy.
stuff, good
And what this sauce on top?
It's like chipotle.
Like a chipotle cream or something?
Yep, it's good stuff.
Man, a little guac in there.
Yeah,
So
like a little taco bowl.
speaking of the kitchen staff, I was back there a minute ago. I noticed there's a guy back there looks a lot like you.
Yeah, my son, he's in getting in the business, wants to take over. I started this business. I actually bought this when I was 21. He is now 20, but I'm hoping like in the next 5-6 years, yeah, he's able to take it over, and it's kind of my exit plan to get out of here and maybe spend a little more time in Florida.
Okay. And so he seems to be pretty passionate about this too. Have you noticed, was this something you had to talk him into, or he's taken to the business?
He's just taken to the business. He went to a little bit of college for business, but
Okay.
he's really stepped it up in the last year. He's done a great job. He cares. He asks the right questions. He's motivated to learn.
And you're keeping this in the family because even you, this is kind of a legacy restaurant in your family.
So-
Give us a little history here,
So
brother.
my grandparents started this place and bought smaller piece of this, but in 1959, sold it in 1982, had a little hiccup and they had to repossess it in 92, and then got it running again, you know, and I ended up buying it from them in 97 when I was 21.
Man.
So I was probably one of the youngest people in the state of Michigan to have a liquor license.
So you can barely drink yourself and you got a liquor
I could actually
license.
buy beer before I could actually drink it.
Jeez, that's great. That's
something?
incredible.
Yeah, it was crazy. So,
And so, not to get too deep here, but like, is this important for you to pass on to him? Is this
very
something
important. I was hoping that one of my kids would want to do it. You know, my daughter, she works here, but she's kind of going, doing her own thing for college and all that stuff. But Zach, he's stepped up very much, and I'm really excited. Really excited for it to go that way.
Sure.
Keeping the family and.
As a dad, that's got to make you proud to see him
Very
back
proud.
there too.
Very proud.
Because I'll tell you, he was cooking. Actually, I think he might have even cooked this dish, the
He
Mahi
did.
bowl.
He did. He cooked
And
it up.
so that's got to make you proud as a dad
Very
to
proud.
see him back
Very
there
proud.
doing his thing.
Yeah, he's doing a good job for sure. So, like I said, without the employees here, we have great service and we have good people that work here and that they care. And
I noticed that, everybody, as we're setting up for service today, man, everybody's laughing, having fun,
Yeah.
smiling. I see the relationship that you have with your staff.
so I figured I'd treat them like I would want to be treated, and they're my friends. I consider them family, and I just love. Certainly, I got a lot of key employees that I take care of very well.
Good.
And they take care of me in general.
Well, back to the food, man. I just keep eating. I can't get over this.
It's good stuff.
This is incredible.
Good stuff, man.
What's the philosophy here, or what's the theme when it comes to your food? Is there a certain direction that you tell your chef, hey, we need to go this direction with our food?
Kind of seasons. I just, like I said, I want to create food that I would want to eat, and I want to go out and have a good time and have good food and be able to watch a game. And I don't really have a direction. We have meetings like once a quarter. We'll sit down and go over things. And be honest with you, when I'm traveling or wherever I'm at, I look at menus and I say, man, that's good. That would go good at my place. I'm not here to reinvent the wheel either, but
that's what it is. So
Yeah.
you get inspired when you're out places,
Yeah.
and how could I put that on my menu, or
and change it a little bit.
what would be my twist on it?
100%.
Well, see, now that makes sense, because looking at your menu, man, it's all over the place, but in a good way.
Yeah.
What I mean is, we talked about the pizzas that you guys are making here.
Burritos are
You
great.
got burritos, you
yeah,
got like
lasagna, the staple things. And then there's some great dishes like this that, boom, go in there.
yeah, and you got chef hand carving steaks back there.
And carving steaks.
And I just, now that makes sense, because I know you're a well-traveled man.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure along your way, now it makes sense you see those inspirations, you bring it back
Yep,
here, because
sure.
with the menu this wide, with so much variety, it kind of makes you wonder, like, man, what's going on there?
This
and all of it
dish
is-
I we twisted it a little bit, but I was in Costa Rica and kind of had something like that.
Oh,
Fresh Mahi.
okay.
I'm like, this has got to go on my menu.
I was going to say, I thought maybe it'd be Florida, because this fish is
That's good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But now I see what you're doing. You're taking those inspirations, you're bringing them here, you're putting your own spin. But you know what? The through line with everything, though, no matter whether pizza, fish, steak, is the quality and freshness that you're using.
100%.
Because everything that we tasted today,
It's fresh.
absolutely
We
fresh.
make all of our homemade soups here. I mean, everything is fresh. I don't believe in buying junk frozen food and then passing it out, dropping it in the deep fryer, and just giving it to you, or microwaving it or something like
And
that.
see, that's okay. So when you look at this menu, guys, it's all over the place. But that through line is everything that you get is going to have that freshness and quality
Yes.
to it. Speaking of freshness and quality, you
Homemade cheesecake.
insisted that we bring this thing out here.
Oh yes. So all homemade cheesecakes. I'll let you just do it.
Okay.
You judge.
Look, you know what
I
else?
took one home last night and shouldn't have.
Oh, gotcha. That's got to be tough.
I know.
Walking out with not taking one of these.
know.
Look at the color on that too. That's how that to me looks homemade and fresh by the color. We got some raspberries on there.
Those are strawberries.
Strawberries, all right. Oh, like macerated a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Take the plunge.
getting that. Look at that.
It's good stuff, man.
Beautiful. Here we go.
And you're a foodie.
Oh,
You're a foodie.
Man, I'm a food nerd. Admit it, I love it. Wow.
Feel that one? Good job.
Those strawberries are dynamite. I'm gonna be completely honest, full disclosure, I'm normally not a fruit with cheesecake guy. I'm just not.
Okay.
Those taste
It
fantastic.
tastes fantastic. I love strawberries on it. So.
Gosh, well, you've converted me at this point. Who's making this cheesecake, bro?
So our chef Jeff.
Chef Jeff.
Chef Jeff's got it down.
Look at that. Man. I'll tell you what, Ryan. You're doing it right up here in
I
St. John's.
appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Absolutely.
Checking everything out.
Brother, Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, man.
What's your son's name?
Zach.
Zach.
So come on up and see Zach.
Yeah, Zach, come on, man. You got to keep this family legacy going because your pops has put together a restaurant and a menu that is second to none. And I'm like you too, sports guy and a food guy, so I like being able to get this kind of meal, but still sit down and be able to watch the game that I want to watch.
Watch a game, get a good drink,
get quality food.
Yep.
I mean, this is where it's at, brother.
100%.
So thank you for your time, Ryan.
Thank you, man.
Now that is my kind of spot. I love to be able to sit in any chair I want to and watch a game while still having some scratch-made authentic food. And tell you what, looks like the legacy of the Roadhouse, it's in good hands.